It's time for Plan B in the USA.
In this lesson, you'll learn about words not used in the progressive tense and how to talk about your personal life at work.
This conversation takes place in the morning at work.
And it's between Cody and June.
The speakers are co-workers, but they are starting to develop a friendship, so they'll be speaking semi-professionally. Let's listen to the conversation. Are you going to the concert tonight?
It was canceled.
Really? What for?
The report said that the band prefers to wait a night to avoid a snowstorm. They're holding out in their tour bus until tomorrow.
I'm so sorry. But you're still going out with Luke, right?
Yeah, I suppose we'll go to that new Brazilian restaurant downtown.
Oh, I hear it's great.
I hope so. Brazilian food is amazing.
I love it too. So full of flavor, yet not spicy at all.
It's good stuff. So what have we got on the agenda for today?
Big John wanted us to inventory the entire store.
The entire store? What did we do to deserve that?
Apparently, corporate changed the inventory system about 2 years ago, but for some reason our store never put the new system in place.
So now we need to make up for 2 years of slacking in 2 days?
Something like that. So in this lesson, we wanted to talk a little bit about how you talk about your personal life at work.
The American workplace is typically not a place for discussing your personal life. In general, if you are on the clock, you are expected to be doing things that will benefit the business, and talking about your personal life is typically not one of those things.
Especially while the boss is around. Typically, most of our inquiries about health and well-being of a coworker take place during the daily greeting.
For example, did you notice how Cody asked non-specific, open-ended questions? How was the concert? And what for? And how was that?
And how June answered with short, succinct answers. It got canceled. We might go to that Brazilian restaurant and really good food.
Most conversations about personal life are kept under 3 minutes. Remember, you're on the company's time, not your own.
Let's take a look at the vocabulary for this lesson. The first word we'll look at is
Concert.
a musical performance given in public.
Concert. Concert.
Our second word is
Canceled.
announce or cause that something not happen.
Canceled. Canceled.
Our third word is
Prefer.
like something better than another.
Prefer. Prefer.
Next is
Avoid.
keep away from something.
Avoid. Avoid.
Next is
Go out.
leave one's home for entertainment or social interaction.
Go out. Go out.
Next is
Downtown.
an area of a town or city.
Downtown. Downtown.
Next is
Agenda.
a list of items to be discussed at a formal meeting.
Agenda. Agenda.
Our next word is
Inventory.
a complete list of items.
Inventory. Inventory.
Next is
Suppose.
assume that something is the case.
Suppose. Suppose.
And our last word is
Slacking.
to work slowly or lazily.
Slacking. Slacking.
Let's have a closer look at the usage for some of the words and phrases from this lesson,
In the dialogue, we heard the phrase spicy.
which means something like burns the tongue or some food that is hot. Spicy is an interesting word that confuses sometimes even native English speakers.
The word comes from the noun spice, which is a synonym for seasoning. However, the adjective spicy doesn't mean well seasoned. It means hot.
That's right. So could you break this down for us?
Spicy,
And one time fast.
spicy.
Perfect. What's next?
Our next phrase is to inventory.
Which is a verb that means to take an inventory of or to make a list of various items. An inventory is a large list of various items. This word is typically used at stores that sell large volumes of similar merchandise.
For example, at an electronics store.
Could you break this down?
Inventory,
And one time fast.
inventory.
Excellent. Let's take a look at the grammar point. So Barbara, what's the focus of this lesson?
The focus of this lesson is verbs that are not used in the progressive tense.
In the dialogue, we heard the phrase,
The report said that the band prefers to wait a night to avoid a snowstorm.
if you haven't noticed, English uses progressive or continuous tenses frequently. For example, I'm working at the moment.
Generally, progressive or continuous tenses are used to describe what is happening at a particular moment in time. Progressive tenses always focus on an action in progress.
However, there are a number of common everyday verbs that should never, or rarely, be used in progressive forms. These verbs fall into a few categories, namely mental and emotional states, the senses, and miscellaneous states.
First, let's take a look at verbs that fall into the category of mental and emotional states. These would be verbs like doubt, imagine, know, like, realize, remember, suppose, want, and wish.
These verbs are not conjugated to the progressive tense. For example, I want to be able to view the max screen on my TV.
It is incorrect to say, I am wanting to be able to view the max screen on the TV.
Our second category is verbs that deal with the senses. These are verbs like appear, seem, sound, taste, hear, and see.
Some example sentences would be, she appears to be happy. It is incorrect to say, she is appearing to be happy.
There is a possible exception with the verb see. For example, she is seeing someone. While technically this is in the present progressive tense, the word seeing in this sentence refers to dating someone and not to your physical sense of sight. More on this later.
Last of all, we have a miscellaneous category with words like consist, deserve, fit, matter, need, possess, own, hold, cost, and contain.
Some example sentences would be, it depends on how much it costs. It is incorrect to say, it is depending on how much it is costing.
A phrase I often hear is, it isn't mattering, which is incorrect. It should be, it doesn't matter.
As we pointed out with the verb see, there is also a number of verbs that can't be used in the progressive form in one meaning, but can be used in another meaning.
Some of the most common verbs of this kind are feel, see, think, appear, look, and touch.
So for the non-progressive meaning, feel would mean to have an opinion. For example, he feels he should get a second chance.
And for the progressive meaning, feel would mean to feel physically. For example, I'm feeling great this morning.
That just about does it for today. Thanks for listening.
See you next time.
Are you going to the concert tonight?
It was canceled.
Really? What for?
The report said that the band prefers to wait a night to avoid a snowstorm. They're holding out in their tour bus until tomorrow.
I'm so sorry. But you're still going out with Luke, right?
Yeah, I suppose we'll go to that new Brazilian restaurant downtown.
Oh, I hear it's great.
I hope so. Brazilian food is amazing.
I love it too. So full of flavor, yet not spicy at all.
It's good stuff. So what have we got on the agenda for today?
Big John wanted us to inventory the entire store.
The entire store? What did we do to deserve that?
Apparently, corporate changed the inventory system about 2 years ago, but for some reason our store never put the new system in place.
So now we need to make up for 2 years of slacking in 2 days?
Something like that.